Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Start incorporating these steps into your daily listening study, and you're sure to see improvements in no time. Hi everyone, how are you doing today? I'm Catalin. Welcome back to English with Cat Presents. Today we are going to talk about a highly effective method for improving your English listening skills: active listening. If you've ever felt like English conversations just go by too fast and you can only pick a few words here and there, active listening can help you turn this around. In this video, I'll explain what active listening is, how it works, and how you can do it step by step so you can take your English listening to the next level. Let's get started. First, let's talk about what active listening actually is. Active listening is all about focusing completely on what you're listening to and trying to understand it deeply. This is different to passive listening, where you might be hearing the words, but you're not really paying attention and thinking about them. With active listening, you're training yourself to hear how English changes in different situations. Notice small details and connect new vocabulary with words you already know. So how exactly do you practice active listening? Let's walk through the steps together. Step number 1 is to eliminate distractions. As we just talked about, active listening is all about focus. So when you're doing it, it requires your full attention. Treat your active listening time like a proper study session. Find a quiet place where you can really concentrate and eliminate any distractions, maybe by turning off your phone notifications and reducing as much background noise as possible. By creating an environment where you can focus, you're setting yourself up for success. Step number 2 is to set a goal. Before you start listening, set a goal for your learning session. Ask yourself, what do I want to learn today? Am I going to focus on learning new vocabulary, focus on the speaker's pronunciation, or even just try to get the main idea of what's happening in the conversation? Having a clear learning purpose and goal will make your listening more focused and productive. Some possible goals that you might want to set for your active learning session are: I want to learn as much new vocabulary as possible, or I want to understand fast-paced English conversations. Or if you'd like to focus on a particular topic of conversations, say politics, I want to understand conversations in English about politics. Once you have a goal, you can move on to choosing what to listen to. And that is step number 3, choosing your listening content. When choosing what to listen to for your active listening time, there are a few things that you should think about. Number 1 is your goal. For example, if you chose the goal, I want to learn as many new vocabulary words as possible, it would be a good idea to choose something that you don't already know lots about, so you can be exposed to many new words. Or if you chose to focus on understanding fast-paced English conversations, you should choose something where 2 people are speaking together in a natural manner, perhaps a podcast. Or if you have a more specific goal, like the politics one, you should be listening to conversations about that topic. So if you're looking at politics, perhaps the news or a political debate. Another thing to think about when you're choosing your content is to choose content that interests you and excites you. One of the best ways to stay motivated when we're learning is to learn about things that we enjoy. If you love sports, listen to English commentaries or interviews with athletes. If you like cooking, you could watch recipe videos. Step 4 is to start listening. You should start by only listening to short clips or segments instead of entire videos or lengthy audio files. It's better to focus on a manageable amount, as listening to too much in one go can be quite overwhelming. For example, you could listen to just a few minutes of a news report, or watch a single scene from a TV show. By breaking your listening down into manageable chunks, you can really pay attention to every single word. When you listen to it the first time, just listen. Concentrate on understanding as much as you can, but don't worry about catching every single word. Step 5 is to turn on subtitles and transcripts. If you're lucky and the content that you're listening to has subtitles or a transcript, make the most of it. After you've listened once with no subtitles, then you can turn them on. Read along while you listen to the piece for the second time and see if you can spot any words that you missed when you listened the first time. Step 6 is to take notes. As you listen and read the subtitles, keep a notebook and pen next to you. Jot down any words, phrases, or ideas that stand out to you. If you hear a word or phrase that you haven't learnt before, note it down and look it up once you've finished listening. Step 7 is to focus on tone. Speaking English is more than just words. It's also about how those words are said. This includes the speaker's tone of voice and emotional expression. For example, when someone says, "I'm fine," their tone might actually tell you that they're not fine at all. If they say it in a quiet and timid voice, they might actually be upset. And if they say it in a forceful way, they're probably angry. These subtle cues and changes in tone can help you understand English conversations in real life. Even if you don't understand the word, you'll be able to hear and see the emotion on their face. To improve your listening skills, play the audio again, focusing on these elements. Step 8 is to re-listen and reflect. Now that you have noted down and looked up the meaning of any unfamiliar words and analyzed the tone, it's time to re-listen. Using all of your new knowledge, replay the audio as many times as you need. Each time you listen, you'll pick up new details and your understanding will become deeper. Listen until you feel you have a complete understanding of the audio. The final thing to do is to practice mimicking. After you've listened to and studied the segment, the next thing is to try repeating it yourself. Try to copy the speaker's pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm as closely as possible. This practice trains your ears to notice very small differences in sounds, such as the way that certain syllables and words are stressed or linked together in natural speech. By copying these patterns, you're strengthening your ability to recognize them when you're listening to others speak. And lastly, step 10 is to be patient and consistent. Improving your listening skills takes time, practice, and patience. So make active listening a daily part of your learning routine. Dedicate 15 to 30 minutes per day to do active listening. Whether that be watching a video while you eat, listening to a podcast on your commute, or even chatting with a language partner. It's natural to feel frustrated when we're learning and miss a word or two here and there. But the key is to always keep going. Celebrate small wins, like understanding a full sentence without the use of subtitles, or learning a new idiom. Every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. Stay consistent, be patient, and enjoy the process of improving your listening skills. And there you have it, your guide to improving your English listening skills with active listening. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Start incorporating these steps into your daily listening study, and you're sure to see improvements in no time. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up and share it with your friends if you think they'd like it too. Of course, subscribe before you go, and if you'd like to check me out on social media, you can do it at these links. Thanks for watching, have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!